Call to order this regular council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch, and Raglan, the second day of November 2022, at approximately 7:02 p.m. I will do roll call. Councillor Banks.
Yes.
Councillor Yon.
Here.
Councillor Kaufeld.
Here.
Councillor Rutledge.
Here.
All are accounted for. The adoption of the agenda that the council for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch, and Raglan to approve the amended agenda to include item 8.4 surplus equipment, 8.5 request to be put on agenda, and 2 additional items imposed under subsection 2392B. So I need a mover on that. Councillor Rutledge, seconder. Councillor Banks. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And that is carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest with any of the matters before us tonight before council from any of the members.
None here.
No.
None here.
Seeing none. We have no delegations or presentations. We do have an adoption of the minutes. And that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brudenell, Lyndoch, and Raglan, hereby adopt the minutes of the public council meeting of October 5th, 2022, regular council meeting of October 5th, 2022, and special council meeting of October 19th, 2022, as presented. I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, seconder. Councillor Kaufeld. Any errors or omissions from the minutes that council seen?
None.
None. Seeing none, then I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes.
And that is carried. So we have some reports and directions received. We're still awaiting more information on item 6.1, the security cameras. Item 6.2 is a letter of support for Greater Madawaska in support of the electoral boundaries. I know this was a follow-up from the last meeting. There's of course a letter included in the package that will be sent with our support. So any questions of the letter? So that is for council's information right now. It's a follow-up item. So okay. Okay, so we are now down to correspondence items. Is there any correspondence that council wishes to sort out and perhaps support, such as we did with the letter of support for Greater Madawaska?
The Stronger Mayors Building Homes Act. I noticed there's a lot of municipalities that are voting or asking it not to be passed, and I kind of have mixed feelings over it too, because are they going to circumvent building process and reports and requirements to fast track these construction projects?
And I think that's probably the concerns in most of the letters I've read in regards to your concerns. I think that's their concerns too.
Yeah.
And I guess my concern is saying that is, why should the mayor have special powers that really a lot of times where we work together as a council to decide?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of fearful on this legislation also. So I don't know if this is something that council wishes to support or write our own letter.
I think we should write our own letter of support.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Okay, so direction to staff then to prepare a letter for the next council meeting.
Because I think there could be some real messes.
Yeah, and suddenly who becomes.
Yeah, like you say, why should the mayor have special powers over all this?
Basically, the concern is then too, the mayor, does it end up having more power, even over the clerk treasurer than CEO? Like,
Well, yes. I mean, the CBO can make recommendations and, and the mayor could overrule it.
Yes.
And I think that's just legislation looking for trouble.
Me too. I just wonder about the liability risk.
Yes.
Okay, so then direction to staff to bring that back to the next meeting. Okay. Any other?
Not that I can think of.
I guess the one thing that was nice, I know we got a letter, item 7.7, we had a letter of recognition to the municipality for our contribution to their military service recognition book. So thank you to them for sure, to the Legion. Okay. So if there is nothing else then, I do have a resolution that made the council for the corporation of Township of Broomell and Loch Raven hereby accept the correspondence as presented. I need to move around that. Councillor Cathal, seconder. Councillor Banks, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And that is carried. And we go all the way down now to new business. So item 8.1 is a resolution to amend the procedural bylaw so that we, the council for the corporation of the Township, Broomell, Lindach, and Raglan, hereby amend item 4.1 of the procedural bylaw for the 2022 election year for the first meeting of the newly elected council to be held on November 16th, as the state was provided to the county of Brantford in 2021 for the inaugural meeting prior to the new procedural bylaw passing in 2022. So I need a mover on that, Councillor Yon, the seconder, Councillor Banks. Any questions on the resolution? So yeah, this basically is a resolution. We're passing it to have our council sworn in, so that our mayor is sworn in basically a week before swearing in of the county council. So, okay, so if there's no questions, then I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And that is carried. Item 8.2 is a letter. We've had a couple letters from residents from the Schroeder Road, the new Sully Road. So they are concerned about the road and the impact of closing Schroeder with the hill that is on the road now up to the new Sully Road. They are requesting basically that they wish us to keep the road along the river open. Unfortunately, at this time, as part of the deal with the landowner, once the new road was open, then the road allowance gets transferred to the property. So I don't know if council has anything else they'd like to add or ask at this time.
Only has that been followed through and done?
It will.
It's in process.
It's in the process. Yeah.
So one of their concerns was the mailboxes.
Yes.
So I just wonder, can the mailboxes be moved?
So I guess, yeah, right now I believe that the mailbox would be at the end of the old Schroeder Road. Highway, correct?
The mailboxes.
I guess that could be a thought. You could ask the mailbox to be moved to Sully, but there may be other people that live perhaps down Lee Road, other places. Like, I don't know how much that box of an area takes in.
Yeah.
So would it be worth
I think it might be affecting more people
yeah,
than what it already is.
yeah, it's very possible. So, I'm just not sure how many residents that box. So
Yeah, I'm not sure how many
Yeah.
mailboxes were there.
And as far as their concerns about the road, I think we would do the best to have a pound sand regularity. I think it's something we can monitor, perhaps even as further complaints as we go through our first winter here with the new road in the hill. And, see if there are options maybe perhaps that we can pursue.
So when this plan was being done to redo the road, was everyone that used that road access, use it for access, were they consulted? Like, was there a public meeting or to?
Or was there a letter sent to the people?
No.
I don't know, I wasn't on council.
No,
I wasn't around either,
Yeah,
so it's just.
no, I don't believe it was.
I wasn't in this position at that time.
So maybe it's.
No, but I
good-
know,
I think it's.
when I was on council the first time, we got in trouble like that because we didn't send out letters. Then I think letters should have been sent out, or there should have been a public meeting about that to see what they said, what these people would have said.
Well, I think it's a.
Well, that's
thing
kind
to
of late
keep in
now.
mind for if we do something like this in the future.
In the future,
Yeah,
public consultation, especially when it comes to changes with infrastructure or such, probably will be considered.
Because I know when And then that Bowerman, I think his name was, that has that land adjacent to me on Wingo Hill. There was a letter sent to me that they'd be surveying across that property.
And in those cases, yeah, usually the adjoining landowners will get a notice of a letter. So, in a survey situation,
So none of that, well, that road had to be surveyed, did it not?
but
There
any
wasn't.
residents on Burns Trail would not have been property
Adjacent to that.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Right adjacent.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I guess the answer is the rule will stay as is for now. Monitor the situation and do our best to. Okay. Any other comments? I know it's one of those things. I know they are thankful for us changing the road. To kind of divert from the flooding. You know, it doesn't put anybody at risk in the spring, and everybody has safe passage. Unfortunately, sometimes
But it's like everything else, you're not gonna please everyone.
you try, but sometimes
yeah.
you don't see the negatives of it, right? So. Okay, then. Item 8.3. Resolution says that the council for the corporation of the Township of Brunel and Dr. Ivan hereby approve the staff report as presented and further direct the clerk treasurer to issue Christmas bonuses as described and post notices of Christmas hours for residents. So I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, seconded. Councillor Helfeld. And what I'll do is I'll allow a staff member to talk about the report. And that way, if council has any questions or clarification, we can have that. So.
Yeah, so what we're proposing is basically the same as every other year, $50 for all staff as a Christmas bonus. And that the office closes at noon on the Friday before Christmas, as we have done in the past. Our staff holidays would be the Monday and Tuesday, and then we'd be closed the 28th, 29th, and 30th, and we'd reopen on January 3rd, observing January 2nd as our New Year's staff holiday. The road schedule is very similar, except they'd be open and on the roads 28, 29, and 30. And along the only major change would be the waste site with modified hours on the Saturday, and the now site being open from 12 to 2:30 versus 1 to 4. Other than that, it would be normal working hours for the waste site and observing the staff holidays. Legislation says.
Some questions of council? Any of the proposals? None then, I'll call for the vote and all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And that is carried. Item 8.4, so this was one of the items added. We have a surplus equipment, so that the resolution says that council for the corporation of the Township of Brunel and Dr. Ivan declare the 2003 International Plow Truck as surplus, and further allow the operations manager to dispose of the vehicle via Gov Deals. So I need a mover on that. Councillor Young, second. Councillor Banks, and I will probably allow Jordan to review the report.
Thank you, Your Worship. So we recently took possession of the tendered freight fighter, the 2023 plow truck. It's arrived, it is in service, which leaves us with a truck to dispose of. So the oldest one in the fleet at this present time is the 2003 International. It is showing its wear and tear, and it's time to get rid of it. So, as in the past, I suggest we put it on the fields and hope for the best. The 97 sold for roughly $7,900. Expect that the 2003 will get us a little bit more, as it is in a little bit better shape.
Any questions?
So do we have a spare plow truck
Yes, we do.
besides the ones that they're going to be doing every day?
It's 2000, and the 2004 is going to be put as spare. Actually, it's sitting inside the building.
Any more questions?
No, that was my question too, so I thought, do we need a spare?
Yeah.
Because we have one.
We still have
still have one, so that's good. Yeah, well, it's good to see that the new plow truck has arrived. Just in time for winter. Hopefully not for one.
Hopefully not.
Okay. So if there's no more questions, then I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes,
And that is carried. So item 8.5 is a matter to be placed on, request to place a matter on the agenda from Councillor Gutfeld. I don't know if Councillor Gutfeld wishes to speak to this request.
Well, it's just as a letter from Cindy Ruloff concerning Ruloff Lane. And she feels it's a danger coming out of her driveway, that driveway, I guess, onto Lost Nation. I think I have a letter, her letter with that, or, yeah.
Next national.
So we actually went and looked at it tonight.
So through the mayor, I can speak a little bit on this. I did forward this to Delmer to have a look at. He has come back to me and said that the area of Luloff Lane, now Luloff Lane being a private road or private driveway, is built up with mostly rock, and to dig the Lost Nation Road down is not an option. The only thing we can possibly do is build up Luloff Lane. Now, again, being private, is that a responsibility?
No.
No.
So we can't go down, it only can go up. Unless we get into road and blasting, but underneath Lost Nation in that particular area is all wrong. And even Jimmy, the grader operator there, says that he's grading, it's tough to grade because of the rock.
The rock.
So I would suggest that they reroute their road a little bit. I did go and look at this myself. If Luloff Lane was rerouted a little bit to come more on the start of the curve, it would eliminate having to go uphill to get onto the road. I think that's kind of what the issue is. They have to take a run up and it's right in the middle of the corner. So if they could reroute their road a little bit, I don't know how the property lines work there, if it's a possibility, but that would be my suggestion.
Well, it's just something that was given to me, so I have to go forward.
and I think it's been like that as long as it's been there.
Yeah.
So now, Councillor Gutfeld, is this something you wish to take back to them since they brought the problem to you?
I can do that.
Or would you rather have staff prepare a letter to the Senate?
Well, I mean, it's a council's decision, right? So maybe it should be a letter from council.
Yeah, or at least from staff.
Yeah.
Okay. And council's fine with that?
Appreciate the concern, but again, if we get into
Yeah.
maintaining private roads,
No.
Where's the stop?
Okay, then, so we have no financial report tonight, no new bylaws. We do have a closed session of council. Okay, so actually, so before we go into close, I know that tonight is Councillor Rutledge's last meeting. John, I know there's something coming for you, but it just hasn't arrived yet, okay? I just want to thank you for your 2 terms on council, your 8 years of service to this municipality. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you, John. I know there's a lot of community-minded individuals in the community, but you have certainly been that, and you've shown it at this council table, and you certainly show it beyond this council table. So from my heart, I wholeheartedly thank you for being a pleasure to work with on council.
Thank you. That can be something we've been doing.
Awesome.
I'm not much of a speaker already, but at this time I would just like to thank all of the people who supported me in the election. And I thank council for the efforts in governing in a business-like manner. I would like to say a very sincere thank you to Valerie for coming on board. We needed a clerk treasurer and helping us get things going again. I have all the confidence in the world that this new council is going to do well, and I wish them all the best. Thank you.
Next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Okay, So with that said, we do have a motion to close. That we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brookville, Lindbach, and Raglan will into closed session pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001, section 229, subsection 2, for the purposes of subsection B, items regarding personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal board employees, and F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. So I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, a seconder, Councillor Rutledge, all in favor?
Yes.
And that is carried. Okay, so the motion says that council for the corporation of the township of Brookville, Lindbach, and Raglan come out of closed session at approximately 8:01 p.m. I need a mover on that. Councillor Young, Councillor Banks, all in favor?
Yes.
And that is carried. So during closed, 3 issues were discussed regarding personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, and 1 subject that was advice of subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. So we're now down to the confirmation bylaw. We, the council for the corporation of the township of Brookville, Lindbach, and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2022-60, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of November 2nd, 2022 regular meeting of council. I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, a second, or Councillor Rutledge, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And we're down to adjournment. This meeting adjourned at approximately 8:02 p.m. and I simply need a mover. And Councillor Rutledge, all in favor?
Yes.
And that is carried.